Ah, what a fantastic victory. How annoying is it that we're about to go on to bloody international break when we're finally hitting form? I've got to say, in the last month or so, something's changed with this Real Madrid team. I never want to go behind in a game, but I was not disappointed that we actually conceded first in this game because I really wanted to see, has this team changed? You know, the game against Man City was fantastic, but I really think you see the character of a team when you go behind and see if you can come back, because historically it never mattered at all if Real Madrid conceded because we would always find a way to come back. And in under Alonso, this team was quite fragile, and once we conceded, the heads dropped, and we really seemed to struggle to come back. Now, however, we saw in that second half, it didn't matter. We came back, and I thought we were great in this game. However, I am a bit cautious because we saw quite quickly once Thiago came off and Mbappe came back, Atletico scored. It was a wonder goal that could have happened any time, but we definitely lost something in that second half. We lost an edge. We lost some physicality on the pitch, and I'm very curious to see and worried, to be fair, how we're going to perform now that Bellingham and Mbappe are back. How's Arbeloa going to still keep the balance? Because it seems pretty clear to me that we are a better team when one of Vini and Mbappe are not on the pitch. If we look at the starting lineup, I think this is it. We've got it. Arbeloa cracked the code. He has found the balance. This midfield of Tchouaméni, Thiago, Valverde, and Gula is. I mean, this is it. This is what we've been waiting for. There is no Bellingham there. I know, which is going to completely change everything. But we've got a perfect balance here, and also I think Brahim as well. Brahim has filled in so well since Mbappe's been out. He puts in such a defensive shift. He's capable of creating a little bit of magic. His dribbling for the penalty was fantastic. You know, the chip pass to Valverde against Man City was great. He's got a bit of genius about him, but he also works hard and he sacrifices himself. And I think we've finally got the balance. You've got to give so much credit to Arbeloa. I really didn't think Arbeloa was going to do much with this team. And I still worry that once the big names are going to be back, he's not going to be able to make the difficult decisions. But I think that is really on Perez more than Arbeloa, because he's not built this team very well, just collecting superstars. But I just think we've got it. We've found the balance. And is there a more in-form midfielder in the world right now than Federico Valverde? He goes through these periods in his career where he hits this golden patch where he just can't seem to stop scoring. But why do we not use this more often? He should be playing as attacking midfielder role as possible in this team. He's just world class. He really is. He can do everything. But because he's so good, we often put him on the right wing or we put him at right back. But he should be centre midfield, scoring the goals, driving this team on. I mean, to be honest, he should be playing probably higher up than Gula and Bellingham play because he's that good. But he won't. He'll be pushed up to them, pushed out to the right wing now. Now that Bellingham and Mbappe are back, but he really is world class. I love Valverde. He deserves every bit of praise that he's getting at the moment. Ironically, the return of Bellingham might be good for Thiago. I think today might have been one game too many. This was his sixth start in a row, and I thought it was probably one of the worst games he'd played for us. Now, don't get me wrong; he still ran his ass off. He still contributed a lot in this game, but he was misplacing passes. He was losing the ball. Be completely expected. He's 18. He's still a Castilla player. There's no criticism on him. But I think maybe he needs a little bit of a break. But I think maybe he needs a little bit of break from the first team now, a little bit step back. But I really hope that he gets promoted next season to the first team. He could be a player for the next 15 years for us or more. So, no criticism of him, but I think he might need a little bit of a break now. I thought, this might have been one game too many for him. Another player to mention, Hujsen. Hujsen has come out of his bad spell and he is back to his best. Defensively today, he was fantastic, but his passing, his line-breaking passing, I wish Rudiger could do that, because on the right side, there were quite a few opportunities for Rudiger if he had the vision. If he had the vision to play those line-breaking passes, we could have been in a lot more on that right-hand side. But on the left-hand side, Hujsen is just a gem on the ball. And defensively, we didn't get tested as much. I'm surprised that Atleti didn't play the way they did when they destroyed us 5-2, because the real threat they had in that game was Sorloth, I think his name is, that this tall striker, and the crosses. We could not defend the crosses, and I thought with Carvajal and Fran Garcia starting, that would be a weak spot. Luckily, there wasn't a lot of crosses to defend, but defensively he stepped up. He's making interceptions, tackles. I think probably playing alongside Rudiger and Carvajal has, a lot more senior players has helped him out. But I think that combination of Rudiger and Hujsen are really developing a bit of a chemistry at the back now. I love the energy we had in this game. The pressing was fantastic. We were pressing all over the pitch. I'm surprised Atletico didn't decide to just play it long because they kept trying to play out, and yet our press was absolutely fantastic. The red card, by the way, what a ridiculous decision that was. He didn't get the ball. It was a tough challenge. Yellow card, never a red card. This is the same ref, by the way, that sent off Bellingham before as well, but never a red card. However, I do think, to be fair, we were getting some very soft fouls as well, which weren't fouls. I thought the referee was just bad in general, honestly. But that's to be expected from La Liga referees. Let's see, who else should we talk about? Vinicius. Vinicius hadn't scored, I think, against Atleti before tonight, and then gets 2 goals. It might be too early to say this, but maybe he's becoming a little bit of a penalty taker. I still get very nervous every time he takes a penalty. I would much rather Bellingham be taking penalties, Mbappe taking penalties. Sometimes I really have more faith in Courtois to take a penalty, but he seems to, be gaining a little bit of confidence. But, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. But his second goal, great play from Trent Alexander-Arnold. And what a finish. I mean, he's so frustrating because his hold-up play sometimes is terrible. He loses the ball way too easily. But at the same time, he's got magic in him. He really has. Great game from Vinicius. And he also hustled. He defended as well. He just looks better. He just looks better when he's not playing with Mbappe. When he's the main man and the team play around him, he's fantastic. And I think Mbappe are probably the same. The problem is, when they play together, as we've talked about a lot. Who else? I wrote a couple of notes down here. I'm just trying to read. El Capitán, Mr. Carvajal. No estoy feliz con El Capitán. Carvajal needs to get better. He was getting toasted too easily in that first half. On the ball, he's still got his magic. He had a great cross to Tchouaméni in that first half. I like the calmness he brings. His touch is still there, but I think he's just, I don't know if he's ever going to get that energy that he used to have back. Yeah, he's never been the quickest, but he's always made up with it with his stamina. He's always had incredible stamina, and he just seems like he still needs a couple more months. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't know if he's going to get those couple of months because if he doesn't start putting in some world-class performances, it looks like this is going to be the last season of Carvajal, and that's a shame because I still think he's got a lot to offer in this team, especially his leadership. And if we're going to lose him, we certainly need to get another right back to replace him in the summer. But yeah, Carvajal needs to step up. And yeah, there's not too much else to say, really. Fantastic from Arbeloa. We've regained that winning spirit against the big teams. We beat Man City. We've beat Atletico. This changed. I can't believe it's changed so much in the last month or so. I mean, I absolutely love the amount of academy players that he's brought into this team now. And yeah, it's just given... I enjoy watching this team play again now. It's fantastic. So what a victory. Let's go. How annoying is it, though, that we've got this stupid international break now ruining our flow? See you on the next one.